Hey everyone, it's LaDon. I'm coming at you with kind of a serious video today. Serious video today. It's really in response to an email I received from one of my subscribers. I'm not gonna mention her by name, but you know who you are. Thank you so much um, and I felt honored that you shared what you shared with me in that message. And so I wanted to respond to you, and I thought, you know what, you are not alone in how you feel. And I'm hoping that, the comments to this video will, kind of reflect that. I'm not going to get into the specifics of your situation, but, I'll say that, many times as women, we feel as though we have to have it together all the time. We wear that superwoman, mask and that cape, that I have it together, I'm handling this, I'm a strong woman. And we are all of those things. We are uniquely and wonderfully equipped to deal with many of the challenges that life throws at us. That doesn't mean that we don't have moments where we hurt, where we grow weary, and where we don't weep. And I think sometimes we become so focused on that veneer of strength that we don't create opportunities to share with one another. Those times when we're having challenges, or we'll say, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" and not be really intentional about, truly, how are you doing? Or even in our responses, we'll say, "Oh, I'm fine." No, we ain't fine, right? So I'm going to share this story because I think it kind of illustrates and kind of speaks to what you wrote about in that email, and hopefully it'll resonate with some of the other subscribers as well. Okay, so when my daughter was little, um, I remember taking her to her first show. Well, the first time we were able to go to the show, and she was really able to connect with what was happening on screen. And so on that day, it was a beautiful summer day, and we had kind of gone out and we were hanging out and enjoying downtown Chicago. And we decided to go to see a movie. So we entered the movie theater and we bought our popcorn and our drinks and we headed to the theater. Well, the movie had started, or the previews had started. So when we walked in, immediately we noticed it was dark, and it was so dark initially we couldn't see where we were going. It was that uncomfortable, and that kind of scary, because you can't see the stairs and all that kind of stuff. And it was so cold. It was like somebody turned the air conditioner dial on Antarctica or something. It was freezing. But we fought our way kind of through the darkness, and eventually our bodies adjusted to the really uncomfortable cold of that movie theater. And we settled in and we enjoyed the movie. Well, when the movie ended, my daughter and I headed toward the exit. And this was an exit where, you kind of opened it was adjacent to the actual theater, and you opened the door and you were on the outside of the building. So, we gathered our stuff. I took her hand and we walked toward the exit. When I opened the door, it was still bright outside, and the sunlight was it was so bright, and so it like brightly illuminated into the building, and it really hurt our eyes initially, to where we were blinded. And so I stepped forward, but my daughter, who was holding my hand, she pulled back. And I turned to her and I was like, what's wrong, honey? And she said, "I don't want to go out there. I'm scared." And, I realized that, because she was blinded by that light, that she was afraid to walk into the light, right? So I said to her, "Sweetie, we were in the movie theater and we were here to enjoy a film. And, although at first our eyes had to adjust to the darkness and our bodies had to adjust to the really uncomfortable cold of that movie theater, we weren't meant to stay in that uncomfortable state forever. It's time for us to move on. And she said, but I'm scared. And I said, just trust me. We'll get out there and you'll be all right. And so she said, okay, well, can we pray for a minute? And so she's too precious. So she said her little prayer. I grabbed her hand and we walked into the light. After about 30 seconds, our eyes adjusted to the light and we like opened our arms so we could experience all of the warmth of the sun on our skin. And she started dancing around and she turned to me and she said, Mommy, we had been in the dark so long, I forgot how good it felt out here. And I thought, wow, that's a life lesson. Sometimes we can become so comfortable in darkness that we forget how good it feels to have the sunlight dance on our skin. So, what I would say to you is don't allow fear to keep you in a continual state of because you aren't meant to stay there. And when the opportunity presents itself to move into the light, say your prayer and fearlessly and boldly walk into it and enjoy the feeling of the sun dancing on your skin. I feel uncomfortable, but eventually you'll realize that's where you were intended to be all along, all right? Okay, take care everyone. Have a great day. All right. I hope that was helpful and thank you again for your lovely letter. I hope that this message resonates with others, but I'm happy to have had the opportunity to share it with you today. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.